Welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week session. I'm James Nave.
I'm Allegra Houston.
And every Saturday, we gather with a group of people from all over the world, and we gather on Zoom, and we generate a piece of writing, and we do it in 10 minutes, and everybody reads afterwards, and we all take great delight in what people offer. So we'd like to do the same for you today, offer you this opportunity.
Very happy to offer it to you in person if you would like to join our Zoom too. And you can find out more about that at imaginativestorm.com. So this is what we do. We offer an image to the group, to whoever turns up, and we put it up on the screen for 2 minutes. Everyone generates a list of words or short phrases, whatever pops into your head as you look at this image. Just write it down as a list, not joined up writing, single words or short phrases. And we'll put the image up now. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
Yeah. So now you have a personal list, your own private list. Everybody on the call has their own private list. And we also create a community list. And the way we do it is go around to each person and ask them to make a contribution. And then after we create the community list, we ask somebody to read it aloud. So what we'd like to do now is give you a sample of how that feels. Allegra's going to read the list aloud for you right now.
Burning down the house. Danger, stranger. Help without dreams. New astronomy. Parade ablaze. Resistance. Chinese lights fire. Hungarian rhapsody. Shipwreck. Shrouds to hide in. Jazz hands. Explosive. Silhouettes in the star glow. Eagle watching. Uprising. Holy smokes. Upright. Mystic celebration. This is creepy. Stars of fire, fireflies, votive offerings, Liberation Day, scour.
So you might be wondering, how do you turn two lists, like the ones you now have, into a piece of timed 10-minute writing? What happens? How does that work? Allegra, you want to give a little explanation?
Okay, how does it?
You have that in you today? Can you make that happen?
So how does it work? Well, you have these two lists. You can do a kind of fridge poetry thing where you just only use these words and try and put them in some kind of order. Some people do that. Or you can just maybe start off from one or a few of the words and see where they take you. The idea is to let your imagination be the the driver of the car or the leader of the dance. And your rational mind is the passenger in the car or the follower of the dance. So we don't want that rational mind trying to jump out of the car and make the whole thing crash, or collapsing in a heap on the floor and stopping the dance. The rational mind's job is to let it happen, let it go, let your imagination be in control for 10 minutes and see what comes out. You don't have to use all the words. You don't actually have to use any of the words at all. Maybe you'll start off with one and then you hit a kind of moment where you don't know what word to use. This happened to me today. And you just look back over your list and one word pops out at you and you stick that into the sentence and it's like, ooh, that's kind of interesting. That's fun. And it's not the sort of thing you can think up. The way this method works is we don't try to think things up. We let our imagination give us its gifts.
And we call it the imaginative storm because when the storm comes, there's a lot of whirling, and sometimes you might misunderstand the messages the storm has because it might not make sense. It might even seem chaotic, but there's a logic to the storm. And what we want you to do is to lean into the logic of your imaginative storm and see what emerges. And it takes 10 minutes. Guess what? 10 minutes begins right now.
Something now exists in the world that didn't exist 10 minutes ago. And you might think, well, that's not much. That's only a very slight thing. But that slight thing can make ripples. And we're going to start off. Its first ripples are going to be sound waves in the air, because that's what happens when you read what you write aloud. You make an impact on the air. You change the molecules in your immediate environment simply by vocalizing the words that you wrote. This is such a great practice for building your confidence, for knowing who you are, finding your voice, because when you read aloud, you're so much less critical, you're more curious, and curiosity will always beat criticism. So whenever you can put yourself in a mindset of being curious, you're going to be building your confidence, retraining your inner critic, all of those things, removing writer's block, all the things we all want as writers. So what we're going to ask you to do now is what we do on the Zoom. Put us on pause and read what you wrote aloud. Even if it's to an empty room, it's not empty. You're in it, and you are your most important audience.
So you read your work aloud. Maybe you discovered something. I love the idea of what Allegra said about the ripple. We are responsible for the first ripple in the air or the first ripple in the lake. Then the air takes care of the rest, and the lake takes care of the rest. So thanks for reading it aloud and letting your voice ripple around the room or wherever it went. We have an opportunity for you to post your work in our community. It's called the Circle community, and we would like to invite you to go to our Circle community. We'll give you some instructions in just a second, and post your work. That'll give us an opportunity to read it, and the other people in our community an opportunity to read it as well, and you an opportunity to get to know us by the way of the work that we've done. So it's a nice little circle, a nice little collective, a whole bunch of ripples in the lake.
Go to imaginativestorm.com, scroll across the top navigation, and you will see community. The drop-down menu pops up or drops down, and you'll see Imaginative Storm on Circle. Click on that, and that will take you to the community page, this particular part of it. Click on the image, and that will take you to the Circle site. If it's your first time, it will ask you to make a login name and password, but it's free. And once you've done that, you can explore the other parts of it in this left-hand navigation column, or you can just go straight to Prompt of the Week. And there you will find an archive of all the prompts we've done every week for more than 3.5 years now. And the most recent one is at the top. When you click on one, you'll see what it is. You'll see a link to the YouTube recording. You'll see the image, and you'll see the word list. And then you'll see, as you scroll down, you'll see what other people have written. Sometimes people upload an audio of them reading it, and other people can comment on what they liked about what people have posted. And if you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see a box that says, "What are your thoughts?" And that is the place to type in what you wrote to the prompt.
We hope you will post your work on the Circle and become a part of our very welcoming and supportive community. In fact, one of our regular writers on the Saturday call, Melissa Wozniak, is the person who took that photograph that we worked with today. She took it in Barcelona at a festival called Correfoc, which I think translates, I don't know if I've pronounced it correctly, I don't speak Catalan. It translates to fire run.
The fire run.
The fire run.
Well, we've had a fire run. Thank you for tuning in, and we really appreciate it. If you'd like to know more about what we do, imaginativestorm.com is a great place to research. Go visit. Also, you will find the links to both our Thursday and our Saturday gatherings on Zoom. They're always free. The door is always open. We'd love to have you be part of it. Give your voice to us, your work, and just be part of our community. For now, hey, thanks for being part of it right now, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.